Hello, and a very warm welcome to VitaPrime Health for Seniors. I'm Victoria Langford, and I'm so happy to be here with you today, speaking to you from my home here in Cambridge. It's a true privilege to have a space where we can talk about the things that really matter, the things that help us not just live longer, but live better, with more vitality, joy, and connection. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that is profoundly important, yet so often left unspoken. We're going to discuss the female orgasm, its duration, and the factors that influence it. This is a conversation about pleasure, intimacy, and a deeper understanding of our own bodies as we age. It's a subject that has been the focus of so much research here at Cambridge and beyond, and I want to share some of that evidence-based wisdom with you, but in a way that feels like we're just friends having a candid, honest chat. I want to invite you to make a promise to me right now. Please listen all the way to the end. I've structured this episode to put the most crucial insights, the most surprising and transformative information, in the final 3/4 of our time together. I don't want you to miss a single one of the key points that could make a meaningful difference in your life and in your relationships. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What is one health question you've been hesitant to ask about as you've gotten older? Maybe it's about intimacy, or perhaps something else entirely. Please feel free to share it in the comments below. Your vulnerability here can truly help someone else who feels the same way. Let's begin with a very common question. How long does a female orgasm actually last? Now, you might think it's just a couple of seconds, but science tells us something a little different. Researchers can use tracking devices to precisely identify when an orgasm begins and ends by monitoring things like pelvic floor contractions, heart rate, and blood pressure. During an orgasm, you'll see rhythmic pelvic floor muscle contractions that occur at about 0.8 seconds. Your heart rate can go up as high as 110 to 180 beats per minute, and your blood pressure will also increase. Scientists can identify the end of the orgasm when these measurements return to their baseline. Based on these objective measurements, the average female orgasm lasts anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. So, if you've ever thought your orgasms were short, you might be surprised to learn that they are actually longer than a lot of people assume. The truth is, women tend to think their orgasms are shorter than they really are. But here's the thing, it's not just about the length of the orgasm. There are many factors that can influence its intensity and duration. One of the most important things to remember is the power of your pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles that contract during an orgasm. When they are strong, these muscles can contract powerfully, making the orgasm more intense. When they are weak, they might not contract as strongly, which can make your orgasm less intense. If you have a normal functioning pelvic floor, doing strengthening exercises like Kegel exercises can be really helpful in improving the quality of your orgasms. Another thing to consider is the role of medications. Some medications can affect sexual function, including orgasm. For example, certain antidepressants, like SSRIs, have been shown to make it more difficult to have an orgasm or can change how intense and long they last. It's so important to have an open conversation with your doctor about any medications you're taking and how they might be affecting you. This is not a topic to be embarrassed about. It's a critical part of your overall health dialogue. Your doctor wants to help you live a full and vibrant life, and that includes your intimate life. And of course, we have to talk about age. As we get older, our nerve endings age too, and sensation can decrease over time. This can sometimes make it more difficult to achieve longer and more intense orgasms. But here's the good news. The healthier you are overall, the healthier your nerves are going to be, and the less decrease in sensation you'll see. It all comes back to a holistic approach to health, and this brings us to a larger issue that many of us face as we get older, a general feeling of decline. Maybe you feel a little less energy than you used to. Perhaps your body doesn't bounce back from a long day as quickly as it once did. This is a quiet, subtle process that many of us simply accept as just part of getting older. But what if there was more to the story? Our bodies are composed of trillions of cells. These cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. They provide structure for the body, take in nutrients from food, convert those nutrients into energy, and carry out specialized functions. At the heart of our body's renewal and repair process are something called stem cells. They're often referred to as the body's master cells because they have the incredible ability to duplicate endlessly and to become cells of any tissue or organ in the body that needs renewal or repair. Essentially, stem cells are released from the bone marrow and travel via the bloodstream toward all organs and tissues to promote the body's natural process of renewal and repair. There is a direct correlation between the number of circulating stem cells and the body's ability to reach and maintain optimal health. As we age, this natural process can slow down and our circulating stem cell count can decrease. But what if you could support your body's natural ability to renew and repair itself from the inside out? That's where Stem Active comes in. Stem Active is a premium stem cell supplement designed to support your body's natural processes. It contains powerful ingredients that have been studied and proven to increase the number of stem cells circulating in your body. For example, a specific variety of aloe, Madagascan aloe macroclada, has been clinically proven to produce, on average, an increase of 40% in the number of circulating stem cells. It also includes Tibetan sea buckthorn extract, which has been scientifically researched and documented to trigger the mobilization of bone marrow stem cells. When you support your body's foundation, you support your overall health and vitality. To learn more about Stem Active, scan the QR code on your screen right now, or click the link in the description. Now, let's get back to our conversation. Let's talk about the perception of sex in modern society. We spend a lot of time glorifying what sex should look like, how long it should last, and putting a lot of value on this. But ultimately, all this pressure can have a detrimental impact on our lives. What you hear about sex is not always accurate, particularly how long someone lasts in bed. The most important thing is that you and your partner are satisfied. It is so important to communicate with your partner about what their expectations are and what they enjoy in a sexual relationship, during intercourse and outside of it, because it's different for each and every person. In order for you to have a fulfilling sex life, it's important to communicate and always be open. This is a great moment for another reflection. What's one way you and your partner have nurtured intimacy that you'd be willing to share in the comments? Your insights could be a lifeline to someone who is struggling with this very topic. Let's also talk about some common misconceptions. You might have heard about a study that found the average length of intercourse for 500 couples around the world was 5.7 minutes. While that data is interesting, it's important to remember what that study defined as intercourse. From initial penetration to the end of penetration, not including foreplay. This definition is not necessarily what sex means for you. In that same study, the average length varied by location, with Turkey having the lowest average at 4.4 minutes and the UK having the longest at about 10 minutes. Again, these numbers are just data, and the most important thing is communication and satisfaction for both you and your partner. A lot of the myths and misconceptions about sex can put a lot of pressure on us as we get older. We see these glorified versions of intimacy in movies and television, and we can start to feel like we're not measuring up. But true intimacy is so much more than what happens in a bedroom. It's about connection, vulnerability, and authenticity. It's about being truly seen and cherished by your partner. And that kind of intimacy can deepen and grow richer as we get older. It's not about trying to be the person you were 20 or 30 years ago. It's about celebrating the person you are today. I've seen firsthand the benefits of a holistic approach to sexual health. It's not just about the numbers or the performance. It's about feeling confident, connected, and truly alive. It's about being present with your partner and cherishing the connection you have. Your body is a masterpiece, and it's meant to be celebrated. Thank you for trusting me with this important conversation. If this episode resonated with you, I would be so honored if you would hit that subscribe button right now. Your support ensures that we can continue to have these conversations that truly matter. And if you know someone, a cherished friend or a valued family member, who might find comfort, inspiration, or a new perspective from this episode, please share it with them. Your sharing helps us reach a larger community dedicated to thriving at every age.